Give everyone just a few moments and then we'll get started. Welcome everyone. We're so glad you've taken some time out of your afternoon to join us as we learn about the 990 series forms. We just have a few quick reminders while everyone gets settled in. If you have any topics you would like to discuss, please send to our support team. We also welcome your feedback. Please let us know what you like and dislike so we can continue to improve. Remember, if you have questions, it's likely someone else does too. We are committed to helping you stay compliant and sharing valuable information to make filing quick and easy. My name is Melissa and I'm the team lead on Tax 990. And I'm very pleased to share with you this information about filing your 990 forms. Before we get started, we have a few reminders. This presentation will be recorded and available at tax990.com. If you have questions during the presentation, please add them to the chat where we'll address them at the end. And note that we are not tax advisors or the IRS. We cannot give you specific tax advice and we're not able to advise on your specific organization status. So today we will talk about all the details with the 990 series forms, including the 990N, the 990EZ, the 990 long form, the 990PF, and the 990T. Keep in mind what form you file will depend on your classification and gross receipts. Let's think of your goals and mission for the upcoming year as you get ready to file, as this can affect which form you wish to file. For example, if you file a 990N and decide to file for a grant that may require you to show financial information, the 990EZ or 990 long form would have been the better solution. This is why you need to be informed of all the 990 forms and how they can impact your work or work for you. Being proactive and planning ahead is key. Understanding the 990 forms is more than just a requirement. It can be used for much more than a box you check for compliance. So let's talk about the 990N. It's the easiest of the 990 forms. It's for organizations with gross receipts less than $50,000. There is no financial information required to be entered on this form, only your organization's information. While it only takes a few minutes to file, it will not reflect any information about your organization's work or financials. Organizations eligible to file the 990N can choose to file the 990EZ voluntarily, but those required to file Form 990EZ cannot choose to file Form 990 instead. Remember, you can file up, but you cannot file down. Let's move on to the 990EZ, or the short form. It is for organizations for gross receipts that are less than $200,000 and assets that are less than $500,000 for the tax year. There are several parts to the 990EZ. So Part 1 will provide a summary of the organization's financial activities during the tax year. It will be divided into 3 sections for revenue, expenses, and net assets. Part 2 will be the balance sheets. This section provides a snapshot of the organization's assets, liabilities, and net assets at the beginning and end of the tax year. It includes categories like cash, savings, investments, land, buildings, equipment, accounts payable, and deferred revenue. Part 3 is where the organization describes its primary exempt purpose and reports on its program service accomplishments for each of its 3 largest programs. It requires detailing the services provided, the number of people benefited, and the expenses related to these programs. Part 4 will require listing the names and titles of the organization's officers, directors, trustees, and key employees. It also asks for information on their average hours worked per week, compensation, and any benefits they may receive. Part 5 consists of a series of yes and no questions about various aspects of the organization's operation, compliance, and activities. Depending on your answer, the organization may need to complete additional schedules. And Part 6 is specifically for the 501c3 organizations. It asks questions to determine if the organization engages in any activities that may jeopardize its tax-exempt status, such as lobbying or political campaign activities. Think of the 990EZ as the short form for eligible nonprofit. It requires less extensive financial reporting and fewer schedules compared to the more comprehensive 990. An organization eligible to file the 990EZ can voluntarily choose to file the long form 990. Now let's talk about the 990 long form. It can be very intimidating to anyone not familiar with the 990 forms. It is very detailed, asking for very specific financial, governance, fundraising, employee, and donor information. Let's look at this form as a way or a tool to use and show your work and goals attained. Tax-exempt organizations whose gross receipts of $200,000 or more and assets of $500,000 or more should file this form. The 990 is a detailed annual IRS return for larger tax-exempt organization, and it covers basic information such as organization details like name and address. The summary is a quick overview of the organization. The signature block requires name and title of the signing authority. Program service accomplishments is a description of the organization's work. The required schedule checklist, if what you answer here will activate your applicable schedules. IRS filings and compliance. These are questions about adherence to regulations. Your governance is information on leadership and policies. The compensation are details on pay for leaders and key staff members. The revenue is a breakdown of your income sources. Expenses is where you itemize your spending. And the balance sheet is for assets, liabilities, and net analysis. Depending on the organization's activities, numerous schedules, A through N and Schedule O, may also need to be filed for more specific details. Form 990 provides a comprehensive view of a larger nonprofit's operations and finances. Now let's look at the 990 PF. It is a little different as it does not go by your gross receipts, but instead how you are classified as a private foundation. You cannot file a 990, 990EZ, or 990N if you are a private foundation. You must file the 990 PF. This is a common reason for rejection. Be prepared with your determination letter from the IRS when filing, so this error does not affect you. 990 PF filers may be required to attach Schedule B for contributions of $5,000 or more from a single contributor. Even if your revenue is zero, you must still file this form to stay compliant. And let's look at the 990T for unrelated business income. Organizations who file their 990 series and also have unrelated business income greater than or equal to $1,000 should file Form 990T. The 990T may require Schedule A to report income and allowable deductions for each unrelated business or trade they report. An example of this is a charity that sells branded merchandise like t-shirts or mugs unrelated to its charitable activities. This may generate unrelated business income. Or if an organization rents out their parking lot for an event not related to the daily or common functions of the organization, this also could be unrelated business income and require you to file the 990T. Now let's look at why we should file the 990. Filing Form 990 is essential for tax-exempt organizations for several reasons. It is the biggest is the annual IRS requirement. Others can include compliance to ensure that your organization complies with the IRS regulation. Failure to file can result in penalties or even loss of tax-exempt status. It can also show transparency to the public about your organization's financial health, governance, and activities, and this can help you build trust with your donors and stakeholders. It can show funding opportunities. Many grant-making organizations and foundations require a copy of your Form 990 as part of their funding application process, and also for public inspection. The information you report on your 990 is available for public inspection, which can enhance your organization's credibility. Filing with Tax 990 has its perks. We aim to make your filing 990 forms a breeze with our user-friendly interface and features. We now offer a 990 commitment to our clients to do everything in our power to ensure your return is accepted. Check out our site for the complete commitment and how it will be beneficial to you. Our internal audit will run once you complete the necessary parts against the IRS filing guidelines to cut down on rejection. If you make a mistake, that's okay. You can fix it at no cost. All applicable schedules are included based on information you enter on your form at no additional cost. You can view and download a PDF throughout the filing process. We will give you status updates at every stage of your filing process. If your form is rejected, you can fix any errors and retransmit at no additional cost. If you need assistance, our support team is here to help. As the May 15th deadline fast approaches, it is urgent you gather your documents and begin filing to ensure timely transmission of your forms. Our support team is ready to assist you if you have questions or need any help. If you do need additional time to file, you can file the extension form 8868 that will give you an additional 6 months. For our California residents, we also offer the California 199. For a complete list of forms supported, features, and access to our knowledge base, please visit our website at tax990.com. You can also check out our YouTube and blog for helpful step-by-step guides and instructions. Thank you all for joining us today for a look into the 990 series forms. We hope you understand that this form is far more than just a filing requirement. It is a vital tool for compliance, transparency, building trust, and strengthening your fundraising efforts. We encourage you to utilize the resources discussed and reach out with any further questions as you prepare your Form 990. If you have questions, please reach out to us. We are committed to doing anything we can to get your forms filed. Now let's take a moment and take some questions. So the first is from Erin, and she wants to know, for the Form 990 EZ, do you include filing Schedule N? So Schedule N will activate based on the answers to questions regarding dissolution or termination of your organization automatically, and it is included. Let's move on to a question from Timothy. Timothy would like to know, how many amendments can I file for my 990N? Okay, Timothy, currently there is no amendment for the 990N. And the next question is from Ashton. How do I know if I need to file by May 15th? Ashton, you may refer to your determination letter from the IRS or a previously filed return to find your tax period end date. Based on that, your deadline is 5 months and 15 days after that period ends. And our next question is from Adriana. Sorry. Can I file Form 3800 if I use Tax 990 to file Form 990T? Yes, Tax 990 does support filing Form 3800 and also Form 3468. And let's move on to a question from Pete. Can you give me an example of an asset that would be used to determine which form I should file? So Pete, an asset is something the organization owns that has tangible value, such as a building or land. If you need further details, please visit the knowledge base on our website or check out our new AI bot feature. If you have any additional questions or need any support in filing your forms, please reach out to our support team at support@tax990.com, and you can also reach us via phone at 704-839-2321. Thank you very much.